Bonjour everybody! Today I am taking through the painting of a little squirrel. This is a red one and I love it because it reminds me of my childhood in Cap Ferret where there were only red squirrel. So I've painted squirrel before. This is one of my greeting cards and I am going to use it just for this color scheme. I like the colors that I've used in that one, so I want to use a very similar color palette for it. So I've got it as my reference here, and you might see what I'm going to paint here in the corner. That's the finished painting, but here is my sketch at this time. So that's the main color I'm going to use here. You can pause if you want to look at the color, but this is titanium white, raw umber, yellow. This is cerulean blue and this is the Pyrrole red. I've got my brushes here, my palette that is exactly the same paper as the paper that I'm going to use to paint. So I can see exactly how the paint reacts. And of course 2 pots of clean water and several little pots for mixing here, and extra brushes. You never know when you need them. So let's put some music on. And let's go. So I always start with the lighter colors. So I am on raw umber mixed with some titanium white and some water. So I already start showing a little bit where the shadows are gonna be. The light is coming from the top left, so you will have that ear that is going to show as a shadow on the face. I like this because it already starts giving some volume to the painting. So the tail, the base of the tail is one of the darkest area. So I am going with still some raw umber here. I pay attention to the hair direction a lot. And we start on the hazelnut as well. And the hazelnuts, just very light at the moment, will darken some areas later. The fingers here are in the shadow, and I'm darkening already some areas. I'm putting some orangey color. You will see that's going to be the complementary of the blue that I'm going to use. That's going to be really beautiful. And the hazelnut are very colorful as well. There is some Pyrrole red in this. The orange is warming up the whole painting already. And now we start with the blue. So the chest of the squirrel is white and it's reflecting on the sky. So we are going for light blue and then darken things up a little. and I add a bit of blue where the shadow starts as well. Now the mouth. So I use some magenta there, mixed with some blue. We have to give him a smile, don't we? And the little nose, it's always a little bit of magenta with some cadmium yellow. Now I start on a fairly neutral color for the hazelnut. That it's a very light green, and then we will play on the shadow. And I add a little bit of raw umber to warm it up. Now the eyes, very important. I use a very tiny brush, very pointy, and I pay attention to where the reflection is going to be, because it's going to give the roundness and the direction of where our scroll is going to look, and I want him to look at you. Now this is an interesting work on the trunk. This is almost abstract, so we are using the brush stroke as abstract to create something that is actually going to look very realistic. I love that type of work. I use a big brush, big bold brush stroke with different colors, a mix of warm and cold colors. Now the stronger shadow is going to be inside here, and this is not black, this is actually a deep strong purple, and the shadow of the tail and inside the trunk here is merging. And I thought I would darken that part a little bit more. I use an acrylic permanent white to do these blue marks. So it's permanent white, so that will not move. And the hazelnut, I am working them like I work illustrations, because I think it brings them up. They are popping out a little bit more. It's almost, there is several styles in that painting. The abstract style, the illustration style, and the painting style. And I'm going to add a little bit of shadow. A little bit of pen work. That helps bringing up certain areas that you would want. Don't need to overdo it, but it does help bringing up some area that we want. And here we go, it's all mounted and nice, smiley. Peekaboo. I called this painting Peekaboo. So there you go, I hope you liked it. It's full of details, it's full of life. He is so happy. He's got his little hiding place for his hazelnuts. So contact me directly for art purchase. I will leave my email below in the description box for you, as well as my website. My card shop and greeting card shop is there as well, and also a link to the merchandise. So feel free to go and have a look. There is a lot of really nice things. Subscribe if you haven't already. I am doing live paint-along stream now, and there will be one on Saturday at 2 p.m. GMT. And we will paint a bee this weekend, so get ready with your paint. See you very soon. Au revoir.